Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl.
The wind knows me. Time to go. Time to go.
How's it going, Nahida? I'm done with the parts that needed my involvement to complete. Although it's my first time working with the Akasha like this, its internal structure and operation procedures are easy for me to understand. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's design is truly brilliant. Oh, also, this is for you. Huh? What's this little floaty thingy? It's a small device I put together just now. You can think of it as an upgraded Akasha terminal. You may not need it right now, but it should be helpful in certain situations. Wait! This thing has the same characteristics as Paimon! We're both small things that float! All the things that make Paimon special got copied! When Paimon appears with the Traveler from now on, people won't remember Paimon because she isn't unique anymore! It's alright, Paimon. It can't replace you. It's only a flying device, but you're the Traveler's irreplaceable friend. You're so good at comforting people, Nahida. If only the Traveler was as smart as you. I was simply telling you what I feel to be the truth. I wasn't trying to comfort you. Nahida, you're natural at this. What you just said made Paimon even happier. By the way, there's something I need to confess. Even though I'm the Archon and in control of myself again, I'm not very good at fighting. You may have heard that an Archon's power is derived from their people's faith. However, I'm not as well loved as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. If we get into a situation where combat is our only option, I'll have to count on you, and I'll do my best to provide support. I'm glad I can rely on you. So the God of Wisdom isn't good at fighting? That actually sounds about right. I've located where the false god is. Time is of the essence, so let's skip to it.
Understood.
Ready for anything.
The sages wanted to realize their god creation plan without being discovered. The safest and most convenient way would be to build within the academia itself.
That's true. They were already hiding one god, so why not two?
Judging from the structure here, the project is a huge undertaking. The sages really saw the god creation plan as their ultimate goal. But this place doesn't look like it could have been constructed by the academia alone. The Fatui under the Doctor sure didn't hold back. They provided a lot of technological support.
Yeah, or else they wouldn't have been that generous.
Is that it, though? I've always felt that this Doctor is different from the academia sages. He doesn't seem to share their sense of urgency. Instead of being interested in the end product, it's like he's enjoying the experimental process.
The Fatui Harbingers are all such weirdos. So, the Doctor being weird is actually normal.
So, this Fatui that they're trying to turn into a god is called the Balladeer? We had previously come into contact with his consciousness. He harbors particularly strong obsessions. One is the desire for a gnosis, since he was created to be the vessel for one. The other obsession is probably related to his past. I can't quite explain it.
Paimon knows that he was a prototype puppet for the Raiden Shogun before he became a Fatui Harbinger. That's why he wants a gnosis so badly. There's no way he'd willingly be a test subject. Now with that temper and ego of his.
It sounds like you know the Balladeer quite well. I see. Tell me more about him and what the more we know now, the better we can plan for and react. I see. How fascinating. Alright, time to go. Let's get through here and meet him in person.
Time to work. No more rest. Work, Tommy. No excuse for slacking.
Go as well! See?
I guess this is it.
It looks like we can climb up these pipes. The pattern on the ground seems all messed up. Let's go around and see if there's a way to fix it. It seems to have stopped. Let's continue.
Silly.
more words. Stay right there. I guess. Zed.
You'll get frostbite. Frozen. It's time for Flash Freeze.
Wind Strider.
See? Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Pay your dues.
One with nature. Come into being. Ha! Yeah!
Can't run from death.
The cart is stuck. Maybe there's something wrong with the tracks. Let's try adjusting the direction of the device to clear the tracks.
I follow the wind.
Go as one!
Burst forth. Time to go.
Go!
Come into being.
Let's begin.
Which one?
Let's end
Into
this
the wind.
quickly. This isn't good. Well met.
One with nature.
Don't be a killjoy. You've only just begun.
Burst forth. Moment of birth.
Cook this.
Come to play.
Into the wind.
Go in blast! One of See?
Live.
Looking at its operational status, we must prepare for the worst. The god they wanted to create is likely close to completion, or
Oh no! What should we do? Paimon can't imagine how hard it would be to fight against a Fatui Harbinger with a Gnosis.
are you nervous, Paimon?
If you really want to know. Of course Paimon's nervous! Aren't you too, Nahida?
Yes, I am. This is probably the first time I faced with a calamity of this degree since my birth. I feel not just nervous, but curious as well.
Curious?
Curious about our fate. To me, everything we perceive in this world, and if it's a form of knowledge, then it can. However, only fate is about. So to me, fate is the. That's also why I love observing humans and all. And now, I will personally experience my own.
Ah, so that's what you mean. Paimon.
Agreed. Okay, let's continue on. I can sense his aura from here.
be so eager for my birth. I remember you, Booer, the god of wisdom, and standing beside you, the traveler.
Is he all-knowing and powerful now like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
No, I can't feel the same kind of divinity I felt from the Greater Lord. It seems that the sages didn't get the chance to infuse the divine knowledge capsules into him. But even still, he has undoubtedly become a true god now.
So we're too late? The Balladeer has already become a god?
The Balladeer. A long bygone title. When my spirit ascended to divinity, I felt as if I had existed for the same number of epochs as heaven and earth. Looking back, the existence of what once called itself Kunikazushi appears infinitely small and ugly.
This imposing aura, it really feels like the gods!
A body that capitalizes on the Balladeer's original construction as a mechanical puppet, with the Gnosis serving as a constant power supply. How much effort and resources did the sages put into this? From a purely technological perspective, it's a commendable achievement indeed. It's no exaggeration to say, this is the culmination of human wisdom.
You sure are something! Dishing out compliments at a time like this?
But I don't think he's reached the spiritual height of a god.
Strife is engraved upon every god and every gnosis brought forth into this world. Can you feel it? The exhilaration of such power, and the thrill of anticipation for our contention.
Nahida wouldn't feel the same things as you!
Do you not realize that you are interrupting a conversation between gods? Lowly creature, know your place!
The strife engraved upon a Gnosis. You're talking about the Archon War. Tevat's current peace was not easily won. I didn't all those losses were meaningless, driven by the demands of the laws. There's no point in bringing it up.
Is that so? This is a first. Encountering a god in this... No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of Wisdom. Your judgment is as your existence. Unsubstantial. This is where everything ends, Booer, the God of Wisdom. You should know that wisdom cannot solve every problem. Like now, where your only option is to face me in combat. Come! Let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a god.
Perish!
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds feel the same power.
Churn!
At my command, you shall fall. Burn to oblivion! Live! Kneel! Burst forth! Moment of birth! You filth! Reality is pain! This is supposed to be a battle between gods, yet you choose to hide behind a mortal. And now, you're acting like you'd sacrifice yourself for a human. Are you having fun proving a false sense of heroism to yourself, Booer?
The data collection is almost complete. Do you even know how many times you've tried to take my gnosis from me? We just concluded the 168th loop. Did you know that in the effort to create you, the people of Sumeru were forced to live through the exact same number of Sabzeruz festivals and Samsara cycles?
The power of dreams. When did you use it on me? You can't even defeat me in a dream. What do you hope to achieve with this little trick?
Come, Traveler. Just like before. Allow me to awaken the memories in your dreams.
All that battle experience!
It's more than that. Compile everyone's wisdom in the name of the Archon. That is the original function of the Akasha. I've sent everything that happened just now to the people of Sumeru in the form of knowledge. I've asked them to help you find a way to defeat the false god. Now, all of Sumeru's wisdom, 'Wisdom' 'is at your disposal. 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 'Wis
Meaningless tricks won't save you. Are you done with your tricks? Can I finally take this as a real battle between gods?
I'll leave this to you. The first sage of Booer.
I am the all-knowing God.
The Temple of Wisdom! Committed to...
Witness my great undertaking, come into being. Burn to oblivion! Adorn! Burst forth. Kneel!
Grow!
Come into... Reality is pain!
Wind, hear me.
Kneel!
Barely a scratch! Go and splat!
Good riddance, cruel world.
This may hurt a little.
Wind strike. Not possible. Clouds high. The bird burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
Make yourselves at home. Committed to next...
Higher, hands on fire!
Wind strike. Kneel!
Grow!
Reality
Committed to memory.
is pain!
I swear by my sword.
Go and splat!
This may...
Humans. Filthy humans. What? Please! Anything but the Gnosis! That's mine! Don't even try! I'll never go back!
We haven't yet found the answer to the most important mystery. Irminsul is still waiting to be saved. With the power of another Gnosis, we may now finally understand the last memory of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
This is...
That's right. This is the last memory of my predecessor.
Huh. This sure seems very different from what Paimon imagined.
Yes, that is our destination. But I didn't expect the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhad... Forbidden knowledge? It seems you know about the concept. Your inference seems logical enough. Forbidden knowledge once polluted the desert thousands of years ago, but was successfully then. A second instance of forbidden knowledge pollute, but I'm afraid it is much more serious this time.
So, if we're in the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata...
Yes. It's very possible that she sacrificed her life in the fight against She didn't completely eradicate forbidden knowledge, but if it weren't for her action, the way that everyone...
Aww. Do you feel sad, Nahida?
I'm just sharing her pain. The pollution of her consciousness here is severe. There is madness, chaos, and pain all around. Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge pollution in such terrible conditions? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a clue for us to follow. Yes, her words were distorted by forbidden knowledge, but now we have a chance to find the answer to this mystery. We can cross the polluted consciousness until we found the right path to meet with our lucid consciousness. And then, we'll let Greater Lord Rukkhadevata tell us that each of us need to be mindful of the state of our own. Even with the Gnosis' protection, we must always keep a...
That's so...
Don't worry, it should be easy enough for you to...
Are we in the air? And why is there a huge boat?
That's the boat of consciousness, which symbolizes reason here. Its course is the...
Wow. What are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. A door. Burst forth. Witness my great undertaking. Live. The wind
Converge.
See? Time to go. Go.
Chip. Chip. Chip.
Go and splash.
Look! A four-leaf sigil has appeared in the sky!
Into the wind. Barbados, guide us. As one with wind and cloud, burst forth. Wind strike. This. The wind knows it. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
God's over.
To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first. We changed direction. Are we still going the right way, Nahida?
Mm-hmm. Judging from the current route, the boat of consciousness will soon take us. We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds still intact?
Huh? But everything's been completely normal for Paimon.
Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions.
Are you saying you've never met Greater Lord Rukkhadevata before?
No, it seems that otherwise, I think she would have...
Hey, you've done a great job, Nahida. So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul?
Well, this is the place.
We're here to find Greater... But...
Is that... me? She looks exactly like me. Are you Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. But this is just a realm of consciousness. We are manifestations of the same nature. Hence why we would appear exactly the same.
We're of the same nature.
Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new samsara?
As Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul. And you are the purest branch snapped from Irminsul. Imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, its branches will eventually take root and grow, continuing the tree's life in another form. I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real me has presumably died a long time ago. Judging from your appearance, I've probably been dead for 500 years. But you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, then am I going to be a great Archon like you someday?
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. All things have their own fate. When a branch grows into a mature tree, it won't be the same as the original tree.
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge, isn't it?
That's a great insight. Yes, very good. It's also precisely why you won't become like me.
Really?
But perhaps you may become an even greater Archon than I. I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time, and the future that it leads you to will be yours alone, along with the blessings from your past experiences. Don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a plant. You only need to wait quietly for the flower to bloom.
Come to think of it, the sages never had the faintest inkling of the meaning of wisdom.
Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired was in fact myself in another fate. It's so nice to speak with you, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. I've always wanted to meet you.
The feeling is mutual. From the moment I snapped the branch off Irminsul and created you.
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me? And what exactly happened when you died?
Ah, I see. You're here seeking answers, right? Everything that day, even the sky itself, changed into a color like this. At that time, the Seven were all summoned to the nation of Conria. Except for me. I had a more important task to attend to. I had to protect Irminsul. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. At that very moment, with my consciousness connected to Irminsul, I sensed something was wrong. The pain started to torment my mind. By the time I reached Irminsul, it was already displaying signs of corruption. Had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden knowledge with King Deshret thousands of years ago, I might have felt even more hopeless and lost.
So what exactly is forbidden knowledge?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world, and a form of truth that can't be understood. It came from the very bottom of the abyss. Even I could never understand it. The world is constantly rejecting it, leading to all kinds of bad phenomena. If we allow forbidden knowledge to pollute Irminsul, I'm afraid the entirety of Teyvat could fall apart.
So, there's knowledge that even the God of Wisdom can't understand?
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden knowledge with my strength alone, which is why I created a device that compiled human wisdom and named it the Akasha.
It's truly the world's most amazing invention.
Thank you. For a long time, I thought dreams were the fruit of human wisdom. Though it was selfish to do so, I borrowed people's dreams using the Akasha. Then I compiled their wisdom and all of my own power.
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumeru, almost all the forbidden knowledge was cleared from Irminsul. But things didn't go as smoothly as I thought. I had a terrible headache, which gave me an uneasy feeling. And then I remembered that my consciousness was also connected with Irminsul. It brought me knowledge and wisdom, but vile corruption as well. From the very beginning, my existence had been polluted by the forbidden knowledge.
Oh no. How could that happen?
I've experienced that pain in your consciousness. It must have been a horrible experience.
Yes, but my feelings weren't important. The important thing was that even if I died, my existence and everything related to me would continue to exist in Irminsul as memories and knowledge. And there's no way for me to eliminate myself. It would be a sort of paradox. So, I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation in the next samsara, and left a trail of clues, all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from Irminsul forever.
Wait, no, I can't.
So you realize what that implies? You are very smart indeed. Irminsul has all the knowledge and memories of this world. And as you've realized, just removing me from Irminsul means I essentially will never have existed in this world. But this is the only way to save Irminsul.
People love you so much, and they've missed you so much over the past 500 years. I am exactly the same. So how can we just... Is there really no other way?
You're the god of wisdom, Buer. You should know that there is no other way.
But this is so cruel. I don't want to forget you.
No need to feel so sad, Buer. As someone who delights in wisdom, you should feel joy at finally finding the answer. These are the words in their entirety. The answer you've been seeking all along. Let the world completely forget me. We all nestle under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness. I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people. Goodbye, people of Sumeru. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
alright. I'm just a little confused. We've just saved the world, right? So why am I crying? I don't know where this feeling inside of me is coming from, but I feel very sad. Just now, we used the power of two Gnosis to successfully connect with the Irminsul consciousness from Then we removed the remaining pollution from Irminsul.
Yeah, what's wrong? Weren't you there just now?
Huh? That sound.
I've been waiting here far too long. But finally I have...
The doctor! What have you...
Just a type of sound wave that can quickly put defenseless people into... This is the only thing of interest I found among the sages. Don't worry. I know you would... I'm here to negotiate with you. Naturally.
Negotiate with me? I heard...
I left Sumeru. Even the God of Wisdom is restricted by the habits of cognition.
You mean... there are many...
An astute guess. Even the same individual will have different cognitions. A long time ago, I made a major decision. Observation is the first step of any experiment. So I saved segments of all my... That's all there is to it.
It's an insult to the very concept of life. Life inherently has many rules and restrictions, each with...
Indeed. It's difficult for humans to...
Since you were in the academia, why wait until now to show up?
Simple. Let me ask you this. Would any staff member ever help the subject in the middle of an experiment? It was my experiment. So...
The academia saw the plan to create a god as their ultimate... You really are crazy. If the experiment succeeded, you would have... Would you still take the same stance? Would you still hold the same...
I'm first and foremost a scholar. These results should be left to the judgment of the hypothetical me.
As an individual, you don't have any sense of belonging.
Oh no, I certainly have my own convictions. All right, that's enough conversation for today. The experiment is for example... Lesser Lord Kusanali, you're an intelligent Archon. I'm sure you understand the disparity in our
Didn't you say you were here to negotiate with me? Somehow,
After all, I'm also a scholar.
Your hypocrisy is built on absolute confidence. I understand your scheme, but... What if I were to destroy the Gnosis now and awaken the heavenly principles?
Awaken the heavenly principles? Do you think that's really possible?
The heavenly principles have been silent for many years, but the Gnosis are symbol. Will the destruction of a Gnosis attract the attention of the heavenly principles? And if so, how do the Fatu... Do you dare to gamble such a possibility with me?
Gamble? How surprising. I thought you would show evidence or use rigorous reasoning to prove your point. But this is a clever move. You must have seen through me when I first captured your consciousness. As a scholar, I respect all possibilities. This has always been my... Indeed, I can't ignore this possibility.
This foreign Gnosis will only lead to disaster. But this Electro-Gnosis is the prize I obtained after defeating one of your fellow Harbingers. Now, as the one who initiated this cascade of events, shouldn't he...
Price? Interesting. What price would you have me pay?
How about erasing all your other segments?
So this is how you wish to restrict me. Segments are extraordinarily difficult to make. They require extremely rare resources and Yes, how very interesting. Among all the versions of me, this segment you see now is the most selfish. If it weren't, what did you see when you were imprisoned? You were observing.
Like you said, it's difficult to make peace with yourself. Being as smart as you are, have you managed to do that?
I see. If you think all those versions of me are worth a gnosis, then deal.
You sure didn't hesitate much. Is the relationship between Oliver...
I don't think there's any need to dwell on that. The surplus versions of me can be exchanged. Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time until I... But what I'd like to know is...
I can see your remaining honesty.
What a ridiculous decision! You can't be serious!
How could I have been so short-sighted?
You think this is the end? Wait, I'll have my revenge.
You'll make this moment count.
You will regret this.
Well, have you confirmed that it's complete?
Here, take it. The future of Sumeru City will be in my hands alone. I will shut down the... There won't be any further gaps for you.
It truly pains me that my academic achievements have never been appreciated in my homeland. Another chess piece. And where is your...
Don't be greedy, Harbinger of...
No, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the... Besides, isn't it the Archon's... Oh. Judging from your expression, you don't seem to find the idea very agreeable. Then let's think of it this way. Since you're the god of wisdom...
People exchanging knowledge with the god of wisdom is the stuff of legends. Yet here you wish to exchange knowledge for the god of wisdom's property. Arrogant as that is, it has piqued my interest.
Let me ask you, have you in all your mighty knowledge ever heard the rumor that the skies of Tevat are fake?
Huh?
That's the secret hidden by Irminsul concerning the truth. Once I finish telling you about this, it will be time for me to say goodbye. With negotiations, we've all gotten what we wanted.
Your arrogance may know no bounds, and convictions may mean nothing to you. But I'll still listen to what you have to say.
Together! Okay. Wake him up. Are you awake? Kali says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even... Come on, Traveler.
Sure.
Good
like you're awake.
Yep, yep.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste.
It's nice to have you here.
Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better than ever.
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after. Oh, ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar. As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you.
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you. Oh, you're embarrassing me.
Anyway, let's go to the Grand...
Oh, before you leave, be sure to...
Hanari!
Good morning.
We feel much better. How about...
I'm recovering well.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be...
It's fine. I'm not that. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now...
It seems once Irminsul started getting...
Yes, but there are still some... The Withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear.
By the way, we have some good news.
This news is hardly...
Huh? You mean he was already here?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were...
Then you probably already know all about...
Celebration feast?
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would...
Perhaps.
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who... You and Kale are both Sino's close...
Kala has taken over some of my tasks these days. You see, some VIPs have come to the...
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest, and the people...
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured, and Lesser Lord Kusanali in her boundless mercy has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate... When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became... As a result, work has increased...
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic.
Ah, right! We're here to request...
You've recovered well. You may go, but...
Yay!
The rainforest is the best.
Huh? Go! Huh?
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts.
Mr. Zubair, I finished telling things up here.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of?
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides...
I was thinking the same.
Hey, Nilou!
Traveler, Paimon,
We got your letters, so here we are!
you're the best. The other...
Huh? Are we...
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now. Nilou is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after all.
If you consider enjoying Nilou's dance as having good... Because Paimon thinks
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilou is an absolute favorite among those of Master Zubair. Let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine the value of an audience. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a...
Ooh, good idea.
I don't want you giving pictures of me to every...
There's always a lot going on at the Grand...
Yeah, and that's why I love it here. Traveler and Paimon, could you help if for some reason they didn't receive the letters?
Yeah, we can also check out how it...
When I wrote as for Sino, we've only heard... I'm not too sure about Ram. As for Dunyarzad...
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
The wind knows me.
Burst forth!
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the house, but you're already the second group of people I've...
Oh? Who else would...
Mr. Cavey was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now you two are here. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way! We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors about the sages as I am.
Alhaitham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it looks...
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well...
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Kshahrewar. Besides, as a master builder and craft...
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
Huh. What makes you say that?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Ugh, you... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matter, which is truly unfortunate, I can only Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru needed me most?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand...
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Hey, Alhaitham!
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilou. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilou said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar.
If she addressed the letter to Alhaitham of the Academia, then I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office.
Have you always been so busy?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages...
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2...
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kind of...
Yes, at least. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the... Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have... Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great... Among the 6 great sages, unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar, and were only...
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now?
Yes. Normally, new sage...
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we election in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help lesser...
Huh? But... what?
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages.
Oh, all right. So...
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the... And the first thing I'll do is reject Ksharowar's application.
By the way, who was that other...
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharovar scholars. Which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Such is the work of the Academy.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are...
All right.
Going out into the world and investigating, turning the unknown into the known. I miss this feeling.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far... I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've...
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady.
Resignation? You mean you're...
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to...
So what are you gonna do?
I want to take a
Huh? But we literally just finished...
I know. If I hadn't joined in that I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me... Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also...
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought he was joking.
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at the Academia.
Did he tell you that he suggested...
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time...
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither.
Ugh, forget about it. Alhaitham probably just like the way I work.
But you know, if you take him up on the op, because you're...
In fact, I chose this job.
Even if being
a lion has...
I don't...
I'm glad to hear you. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the... But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me.
Huh?
Well, no. Not yet, at least.
So, have you...
Oh, did Neela...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos.
Huh. It was probably sent to... My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking...
Right.
So what it really sounds like?
I bet the letters...
No wonder there was...
Sorry to...
It must be something important.
Yes! She said they were prepared.
Great! I'll be sure...
Count me in, too. But is there some sort of...
Since it's being organized by Nilou, I don't think she'll be too picky about that.
All right, then this...
The feast will be held in 2 days.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Oh, by the way, do you...
The General Mahamatra always comes...
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do... As for Rahman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember... Don't mention it.
All right, on to our next... It's been a while since we last visited Aru Village. Ah, there's Cyno!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tighnari...
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tighnari is...
That's good to hear.
Yeah!
You're welcome. Tighnari has excellent medical skills.
But why are you just...
I'm meeting some people.
Oh!
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief, but you know one of the people...
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me...
Rahman! And...
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the act...
Don't worry, these are our friends.
I see.
I'm doing well.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole...
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I suppose I've decided to leave the act...
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. I will no longer pursue research like a... I plan to leave the academy.
Wow!
Setaria will be... She can't teach everyone on her...
Yes, that is the true meaning of
The people of the stars have always...
Oh, please. Where's all of the...
You deserve...
Setaria's idea will bring much good to many...
At first, I feared it was... As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were lightning bolts constantly Setaria, you Setaria, what? These words sparked some... I gathered up the...
Azar has received much needed punishment.
Lord Cyno helped me obtain... My plan was able to go...
You're all doing so...
Aside from that, I also have...
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the academia, and...
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other...
Apart from this, the academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing... We must be persistent about this.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the wisdom and glory.
Enough about us. Are you here to
No, not at all. Nilu wanted to write to everyone. A celebration feast will be... At the feast, we'll also be celebrating... although, judging from your appearance, it's...
Celebration? It's the first I've heard.
Tighnari was right.
This feast is for you, son.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must...
No, not really.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. The messenger. I'm sorry for how I treated you before. But now I understand that you and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also lively and powerful. Please keep dancing. And someday, I'll...
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party's in 2 days. Make sure you're there.
Got it. Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along. Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to... I'm here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone...
I propose that the last one who arrived be...
Nah, there won't be any...
Oh, really?
Come join us over here.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow,
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. Everyone that came said that you saved.
Feels kind of.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero. And I'm happy to meet everyone that.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done.
We owe it to our abilities.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was.
That's how I remember.
It's luck that brought us together. Moreover,
Yeah. It was almost like everyone played their part.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was.
Yes! Even after being abandoned. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
no, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power. If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have.
I respect our deity's decision. While we're on this topic, why did it?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit?
No.
Why? But seriously, though.
I did have my own If the rules of our.
By that, you mean.
Precisely.
Wait, so that's the only reason?
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you?
That's right.
Will you be happy?
It's not about being happy.
Even so, keep your.
Thank you.
There you are, traveler. Well, how is it? It's the first time I've ever invited so many. You see, every guest here is quiet. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her think of me. I can't explain why.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings. No. The Grand Bazaar is lively. That happiness? I seem to. Oh well.
My lady, the grilled meat.
Yes, I also. What an amazing.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, less of that.
The atmosphere here is good. I don't often have a lot to handle these days.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up, of course. Just...
It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself, so I snuck in. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with. Please say thank you to everyone for me. Oh, is it not convenient for you to do that for... But if I just show up all of a sudden, what if I end up scaring them? Oh, yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The Flora also climbs up to the fence to get closer to the sky. Everyone!
Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food.
It's me.
Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up,
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali.
No, of course not. Are you?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who?
Yes, I already know every one of you.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the Traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me. Even if that meant without you, without any of you, had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, people refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite pleased. Allow me to present to you my most...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so...
Dinyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of...
You don't need to be so ceremonial.
This is how the relationship...
You're an Archon, but you act so humble.
I'm honored to have been...
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still have a lot. All right, since you're awake now, she should be in the academia.
travel. What a fantastic night. I'm still
So are we. And
is there anything you want? After recent events, the Akasha... I've given it some thought. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, the Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's... Although people may initially feel... And as for the future of... The former sages have received their punishment. But I hope that the new 6 great sages will be more full... The other big issue is the people of King... I've already taken some measures to address this. You mean... what happened after the doc... Not exactly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3. However, in spite of the bad situation, I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate. The Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy... I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by. And as for what the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I could... He's still in a coma. I've hidden him. I know you have many misgivings about him. But as someone who had become a god, don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. His future will be determined by fate. Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the Nation of Justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system.
Does their Archon personally judge people?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the High... However, even then, Focalors will still make herself... As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say Are you sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet?
Huh? You mean...
About your sister. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister.
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat? So there shouldn't be anything on him or his sister.
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your sister.
What?
There is only one possible explanation. She belongs to this world.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, she began her journey through the 7 nations of Teyvat. But just as her journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on her suddenly...
What do you mean, Fuzzy?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating her fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what...
But even that wouldn't explain how she somehow comes from...
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classed...
What's a descender?
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the A very important part of the intel was about this world's descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Teyvat's 4th descender.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the Traveler? And his sister isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other descenders, I still need to verify their existence.
Paimon's head's about to burst from all this crazy new information.
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. I must say, there are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some, and soon, you'll also begin. I'm very interested in your future. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
I'm sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll appear in your dreams.